Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account. We are in 51-56. That is right, guys. We are going to set this and we are going to grind out the rest of chapter 51. Regardless of how long this takes, guys, I want to get through this and I want to be done. So right here, we're at 769. So I'm going to go ahead and copy Mickey's formation. Might take a little bit of time to get through here, but again, this is kind of the RNG factor. Now, we're talking a lot about a lot of changes that are going to be coming within AFK Arena. Seems like there's going to be some new artifacts, some new avatar, possibly artifact avatars, something of that nature, or some frames that are associated with it. Again, it's going to be interesting to see. We know that Leica is already coming, so the awakened version of Leica is confirmed, guys. So let me know in the comments, is it going to be Chimera? We know we have one left for this entire year, guys. Are you guys just going to hold out and hopefully go ahead and build out Chimera if we do get, or when we get that awakened version of Chimera, or are you going to save it and go in for another hero? Now this one, guys, we do have the Thorn Cheese in here, which I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can get this to work. Now, of course, this one does have a little bit of course, the RNG factor, but there's also an RNG factor in here when it comes to the heroes that we have within this formation. Based on the levels that we have within, again, the Thorn Cheese can make a really, really big difference. Now, of course, guys, Laura's in right in here with the link. Now we have to make sure, guys, we have to try to get that retaliation off of Thorin. So I'm really hoping, again, that we can get this one done. And it's not going to take an incredible amount of time in here to actually get this done and throw up some retries. But we'll get there, guys. There we go. There's retaliation number 1. Oh, we almost got it. Again, we're going to see if we can do this. We were doing this on the live stream. It took quite a bit of time to get this one done. But again, it's going to make a big difference. We got to get that retaliation done in here so we can see exactly how strong this is. As much as I do not like the Thorn Cheese, guys, again, just because of the methodology behind it, it works well. It works super, super well. Now, this one, of course, a little bit of RNG with a star running in here. That's another part of this, is if a star is off the ground, the RNG or the Thorn Cheese is not going to work in here. A star has to be on the ground to get that one to work and to get that one to actually work properly in there. Overall, not too bad. It only took probably about 2 or 3 more attempts in there. 234 billion damage, guys. And I'll show you the Thorn Cheese right here in action. So Thorin takes a couple steps forward. You'll notice dies right there. Now Leica is banished. Now this is important, guys, because all of the damage is actually going to focus right there on Thorin. Boom, get the second retaliation ability with Nara going ahead and completing that one. Now this one, of course, we have the 5-pole in here, which is the combination of Iran and Skrath. They go down pretty early. Now again, this one does have a pretty big RNG factor in this one. I believe at this point, Baden does have to live, but Iran, we did engrave. We got the plus 30 signature item. We got the 9 of 9 furniture. And I know a lot of players were saying that Iran was actually going to be the next awakened hero for the Wilders. As we know, that is not true, because now it is going to be Leica. But again, a lot of players, speculation-wise, were saying storyline, it was going to be Iran. A lot of players were also saying speculation-wise that it was going to be Tassie because of her incorporated story kind of with Aziz. They were saying that Tassie was going to be the next one. Again, we know it is going to be Leica, guys, which, again, not too upset about. Really, really cool combination with Leica. And here, guys, it's just locking down the crowd control for Thorin. Boom. Hopefully we didn't get the retaliation aspect. But crowd control just takes him down. Takes a little bit of time, but we do get that one done, guys. Then, of course, the last boss stage here is the Charizard, the RNG aspect that everybody hates to love, because this one, again, very similar to what we see with the Thorn Cheese. There is a heavy, heavy RNG aspect in this one as well, allowing the enemies to actually kill themselves. But Zolrath also does an incredible amount of damage. Rowan's in here, of course, for the crowd control as well. Works very well. And of course, Zolrath goes down, which means we reset, guys. One of the reasons why I absolutely love Zolrath, but at the same nature that I really do hate Zolrath. Now this, again, overall kind of has a little bit more of an RNG factor than what we see with the Thorn Cheese. And again, right there, Rosalind goes down early, which means we're not going to be able to finish this one. Crowd control from Khazar does help. But of course, as you start losing heroes, as you've seen right there, Totems from Nemitsu start coming up behind Mahira, resulting in Mahira actually turning around, which doesn't work, guys. And you'll see they actually kill out the totems. So all of the heroes or all of the enemies that we do have mesmerized back here, they are crowd controlling the totems. And even there, guys, we had Titus run astray, which resulted in a lot of these targets dying. If Titus gets out of there from doing damage or fearing the enemies themselves, it isn't going to go too pretty for this entire formation. And of course, guys, we get the really early kind of crowd control there. Titus again down here, crowd controlled in the bottom, but does take out Khazard pretty quick. RNG factor definitely there with this one. There we go. Got him crowd controlled. Crowd control number 2. Again, a quick build right there, guys. Rowan crowd controlled him. And also if they resist, you'll notice quite a few times, even with Mahira built out a little bit, we do see quite a few resists. I think it might be to the point where it could be beneficial to even just build out Mahira a little bit higher, just to get some of that insight and that tenacity up a little bit higher in these formations, to make a big difference with that crowd control aspect. It might actually be worth it. And I wonder overall if Mickey, let's try this one more time, guys. I want to see if Mickey has Mahira engraved. That's going to be pretty interesting. Again, you can see some of the resist that we're seeing here with the crowd control. Makes a big difference. Might be able to get this one down. Again, Titus kind of tearing it up in the back, but it's going to result in a reset right here. Even there, guys, Rosaline, if she goes down fast. And remember, we're pushing a high level deficiency in here, guys. We're, I think, 300 plus at this point. But let me take a look at Mickey's formation. I'm always kind of curious. See, there is no build. So there is no engraving on there, but 309, just like I have right there. And again, I have a little bit more engraving on some of these, even a little bit more furniture on some of the heroes in here, which makes me think, again, going right back into it, guys, it is the RNG factor even down there. Khazard is crowd controlling the heck out of Titus until Titus breaks free. Once Titus gets out of there, the fear then kicks in. And it's game over. It's game over at that point, guys. Come on, Mahira. There's the charm. Boom. Charm number 2. Keeping them together. Got Zolrath still out here. Even there, it's like the immunity that we see with Titus. Even right there was the double, but you can see the resist right there. We'll get it down. It'll take some attempts, but we'll get it. And there we go. Again, didn't take too many additional attempts in there. You can go ahead and watch the replay here. 49 billion damage, 42 billion. But it was all about getting into and actually crowd controlling Titus. So Titus moved right into the middle. Rowan went down early instead of Rosaline. You can see, guys, the crowd control is locking Titus. There he starts escaping. Boom, crowd control sends him right back in. So he was originally resisting all of that crowd control, which even there, guys, he was frozen. Boom, as we get the crowd control kind of locked in, just have Nemitsu right here, not even enough to drop any of those totems because we are keeping him crowd controlled to finish out that boss stage. That is right, guys. We are just a few short stages from having this completed in its entirety. And I think a lot of players, I think Mickey already went through there, and I want to try to stay away from the Thorn Cheese if anybody is running it. This one, of course, we have crowd control on top of crowd control on top of crowd control, and also having Ivan built out a little bit more is now going to yield us some additional crowd control, because remember, when his squires die, we have them engraved, so you can actually win this incredibly easy because Ivan not only will buff up that awakened version of Belinda, but we also do have the crowd control again that Ivan is bringing within this formation based on the squires. So you see, he'll even summon this little squire that comes up pretty quick. Even if a hero dies, the squires do pop up. When the squires are present, they provide that 3-second crowd control. Now we know Naruko does it very well. Ivan does it very well. I do need furniture on Ivan. It's going to make a big, big difference when we do get that furniture on Ivan. But overall, guys, the effectiveness of Ivan is broken in so many game modes, especially early game. Ivan with the ability to actually buff up anyone in the formation is kind of crazy, but they get so strong and can just maximize so much of the damage that we have in there. Leonardo, of course, not going to work. We need Belinda for the ults. But even the shielding aspect that he brings, again, earlier game, guys, Ivan is a game changer in a ton of modes, in a ton of different modes. Ivan is huge in there. Boom, we get one ult, got some crowd control going on. Another ult right there. As soon as the targets start going down, guys, it's pretty much game over at that point. Can Ivan do it with the squires? Look at the crowd, look at the crowd control. It is these little squires. Can the pet do it? Can Ivan do it? No, Ivan's getting attacked. That's funny. Almost took it down with just Ivan. 2 targets and just Ivan in there. Unfortunately, the pet wasn't enough damage, but that was really, really cool to see. And again, that is the crowd control, guys, that those squires are bringing in here. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy what Ivan can do. Again, locking down targets. Locking down 2 targets at that. Crowd control's up, but see, we can't have Leonardo go down that fast. Let's see what other formations we have in here. Even having Amelia built out, I feel like it's not super effective. Let's see. They're running Lucy right there. Trisha is running Matria. Let's see this one in here, guys. Rem, and then, of course, guys, Demia is in there as well. Really, really tough formation to get through. And, of course, Matria pops up right at the very end to try to take down some of those targets. I feel like we can get this. We have all of these heroes built out pretty considerable. But even then, a lot of the crowd control does not work in here, guys, remember. There we go. They get it done. Demia, of course, puts out a lot of damage. 34, 50, 136 right there from Matria. We're 2 stages away, guys. Let's see if we're running. We are running the same one in here. Which definitely, I like running this combination again. Crowd control instantly goes off, which is why Amelia is just absolutely broken. And there we go. We got 1 ult from Rem. Need Demia to ult. Don't even need it. We didn't even get to the point of Demia ulting, guys, which brings us to 51-60. And we had some luck right there with Trisha's combinations. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and run it. And it is the Thor and Cheese right off the bat. What did Mickey run? Thor and Cheese right off the bat. We're going right back to it, guys. The Thor and Cheese, 723 where Trisha was at, which is incredibly, incredibly low. Here we go, Cheese. Boom. I know in here, similar to what we see with Kaz, similar to what we see with Rosaline, a lot of this is going to be the dodge aspect. It is going to be the dodge aspect, trying to get these targets down with Thane. The original version of Thane, of course, has a lot of damage, but also Tassie. We're going to have to catch Tassie right after a teleport to be able to do damage there as well. Again, the spectral form of Kelthar just running around in here as well. It pulls them all together, guys. Still, Iran doing exactly what he was built to do, guys. Everyone stacked up. And there we go, guys. Thorin gets it done. Right there is the victory for the Thorn Cheese. All right, the Lucy comp. Now this one, of course, Lucy should be able to do it. Anytime we're running Namora and Granite together, Lucy does incredibly well. There we go, 51-60, guys, and Lucy is still absolutely killing it. Now in here, it's Belinda and it's Alna, and then we have Liberta in the back. Again, kind of a little bit of a broken in here. And we have Sophia, which shouldn't have any problem getting through almost any formations, guys. The power this team has between all of the heroes is just incredible. And then, of course, Naruko, we built up a little bit. We got the engraving, which means crowd control is coming out. And we also got a little bit more. We got the furniture. We got 3 of 9 furniture, but we also do have the engraving on Nakaru. The tiny tank, which means, again, going to have a little bit more to bring the formation, which I like. I feel like we can get this. It's going to be a little bit of RNG and Damia not dying at the very, very beginning. Unless it is just going to be the ultimate, guys. And I was thinking Matria can take it down pretty much by herself at this point. Yeah, we just got to be able to take down some of these targets. And I know that Trisha has a lot of these heroes significantly built, significantly higher than I have them built. It makes a big, big difference. Let me do this 1 or 2 more times, guys, and then we'll see exactly where we have these heroes built. See, even Naruko goes down pretty quick. Let's see kind of the level comparison in here. I know levels we have, but look at that. Stars, 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 stars. This is literally everyone built on stars. And of course, they're not dying right there. And has, I believe, a much higher owl. It might take a little bit more, guys. I know we were pretty close in here. Even thinking whose SP effect are we running in here? I'm going to try running Matrias. Again, I don't think it copies the SP effect. We've talked about this before, guys. So now it treats them all as hypos. So a little bit different of a build in there. But again, I think it's a little bit of a dynamic shift because this gives us some really solid bonuses out of there. Even there, we almost had Damia ult, which would have made a really big difference. I feel like, again, this is going to be kind of RNG. We know Rem was the strong one that we've seen in here. So if we can get Damia to ult a little bit earlier, we should be able to get this one down because, of course, if she ults, she is going to provide that immunity that we're kind of looking for in here. Come on, we got to get this down with the RNG. I don't want to go back and try to do this Thorn Cheese again. We only had Leonardo left. That was it, guys. That's all that we had left in that entirety is just Leonardo. Might take a couple more tries, but we'll get this. All right, guys, so we went through, we changed it up a little bit because I did not quite have enough hero power. So we ran with Rem in here, and you'll notice, guys, this is a pretty solid formation. So Rem and Tamaris in here, so as a buffer, as crowd control. Then we have Mishka in here, we have Rosaline, and we have Halos, getting it done in just a matter of a few seconds, guys. 237 billion damage in there, which again is kind of crazy. And then we get into our Charizard again in this formation, and this is going to be another one that's going to be a little bit more difficult to get through because of the builds that we have in the heroes. And also, I know I'm thinking it's going to be a steady decline, guys. If we can keep all of these heroes up, including Amelia, to do the crowd control, I feel like Zolrath can burn through these targets, which we did. That was the first try, guys, and we got that done. There is the conclusion of chapter 41, or excuse me, 51, moving us into 52, guys, which is the Circus of Death. There we go. So we are in our brand new chapter here, which finishes out, of course, 56. There's 5160, giving us some more chests. We get some stones, 20 Stargazer cards, then, of course, the tier 4 stones. So that brings us into 52, guys. And you can see there are only 2 players in here. There's actually Mickey catching up to him a little bit, but it looks like there's a couple maybe behind where we're at. I don't think it's going to let us click on those, but we are into 52, guys. I wanted to push there and we got there, which is awesome. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.